So this is ferrofluid. Iron is suspended in oil and it reacts to magnetic fields.
That's so cool. Yttrium barium copper oxide is a superconductor. This is a magnet. How cool is that? Whoa!
Inertia!
And now we wait. So cool. Oh.
This is the vortex table. It helps us learn about gravity.
Where's Brian? Oh. Yeah!
Cut the back end off a highlighter. Just a bit of water. And now it's time to blow some bubbles.
That's so cool.
So, CD, heat it up, and...
What should we make next? You decide.
So this is ferrofluid. Iron is suspended in oil and it reacts to magnetic fields.
That's so cool.
Hey, look what I did with this trash can!
Safety first.
3, 2, 1.
Let's go for a spin.
Very delicate.
3.
Soap! Dry ice. Sublimation. Got it. Liquid nitrogen. What will it do to a balloon? Paper clips don't float, but if you're very careful, they're held up by surface tension. We'll add some dish soap.
We're making craters.
Light. Heavy. Drummer.
Slinky science!
Earth will be between Jupiter and the Sun on February 6th. Astronomers say Jupiter is at opposition. It makes for a great time to look at Jupiter.
The light in front of that.
It's not this. It's this.
Liquid nitrogen. It's like a field of stars.
Air balloon. Water balloon. I think we need more fire.
Dry ice! Fire, bigger one!
But it's no ordinary fire.
Oh yeah. That's awesome. That's not even burnt!
Milk, soap, food coloring. Explosion!
Really cool.
3. Point. 1. 4.
1,
5.
37!
Big Mount Rushmore.
The water is bending towards the balloon! Oh yeah.
That's so cool. This is one way to clean a microwave.
The dragon is ready. The induction coil, which make magnetism and electricity.
Bend it to her will.
Where do you go?
Go to the top of the feet.
Phone, take me home.
This is not home. Where are you taking me?
I hate you, phone.
Check this out. This is how a fiber optic works. Total internal reflection. The laser is trapped.
Ace!
Huh? Where'd he go?
Put some dish soap on a skewer. And stick it through again. It didn't pop.
Our season is coming to an end, so we just want to say
Thanks for a great season!
This is a super absorber. Sodium polyacrylate. Where did all the water go?
Happy National Siblings Day to our sister organization, AstroCamp.
Dolphins are very family and sibling oriented, swimming and hunting together.
Regular Coke and Diet Coke. Buoyancy. One floats and the other one sinks.
Soak it. Twist it. Tie it. Dye it. Wrap it. Hang it. Wear it.
Liquid nitrogen. Just a banana.
What's your favorite part about summer? Hello?
Cold water. This is our solar water heater. 110 degrees. That's the greenhouse effect.
Blacksmithing rocks!
Woohoo!
Oh, don't worry, it's Black Friday. I'm going to show you how many stars are in the galaxy. Still here. Where'd he go?
We've taken too much damage.
Join the Artemis Space Fleet now.
I just want to shoot something!
Say hello to NASA's brand new Orion spacecraft.
Space. Heaven. Open space a lot. Whoa!
This is how we do fireworks at AstroCamp. Happy 4th of July!
4, 3, 2, 1.
This is hydrophobic sand. This is so cool!
If you wrap a watermelon in rubber bands, it'll explode!
Awesome.
Check this out!
This is a reusable hand warmer. It uses chemistry to produce heat. That's an exothermic reaction.
Light goes really fast, about 670 million miles an hour. In a year, it goes 6 trillion miles, or 1 light.
Liquid nitrogen.
What should we freeze? Join me.
Peel. Banana. Slice. Banana. Mash. Banana.
Episode 1, The Dragon Slayer.
Charge. Roll.
Woo!
Perfect night for a spirit hunt.
Oh my god!
We've got it. Who took my sheet?
Think I can blow this candle out from over here? A little more fire.
I am thankful for...
Mountains.
Sunshine?
Pizza.
Cake pans. And straws.
And what are you thankful for?
Anything it's leading that way and not that way.
Launching!
I don't have to walk far. Soak it. Twist it. Tie it. Dye it. Wrap it. Hang it. Wear it.
Corn syrup, maple syrup, whole milk. Check it out, stacks and liquids.
That's so cool.
Join me.
The front of a telescope is large and captures lots of light. Mirrors bounce it to the smaller eyepiece, resulting in a magnified image.
Each of these will bounce a certain height by themselves. However, when we combine them together, something else happens. Whoa!
Yes.
Nice.
Oh, that's wild. So cool.
Conservation of energy. It's why I'm still alive.
Oh.
Scary.
Hey, I wonder what's down here. Ouch. I gotta get out of here. I want my mommy.
Hot water, liquid nitrogen.
Hot metal, and we're gonna bend it to our will.
Meteors are caused by the Earth slamming into stuff in its orbit at 67,000 miles per hour, making fireballs across the sky.
Mars! To the top! Almost there! I made it! Coming down! Let's go!
No.
These students have designed, built, and programmed a robot from scratch to conquer space-like challenges.
Yeah, we did it.
In a normal full moon, the Earth, Sun, and Moon aren't quite aligned. In an eclipse full moon, they are all perfectly aligned.
Space matters because it changes your perspective on everything. Isn't science awesome?
On its journey from humble beginnings to becoming a verb, Google continues to change how we see the world.
How about this?
These? Yeah, we're ready. How do you pack for camp?
These are called homopolar motors. You can make your own with just some wire, a battery, and a magnet.
So cool.
Grapes. The grape acts like an antenna and makes a strong electromagnetic field that strips electrons away from the air nearby, creating plasma.
Hey! What?
Just like that.
Water. Heat. Pressure.
Cookies. The most difficult part is waiting. Solar cookies. Do I have to share?
Yes! What do I wear? Formal. Oh no.
Aww.
It's too light. The air will slow it down. If you move the air away, it will fall at the same speed.
Name that tree.
Little apples, smooth red bark, and colorful flowers. Manzanita.
Vacuum chamber. So it sucks the air out. Pressure goes down. Volume gets bigger for when we let the air back in.
A magnet falling through a copper tube generates electricity, which generates a magnetic field that slows down the fall of the original magnet. When we flip the container over into cool water, the drop in temperature creates a partial vacuum, which sucks water up in a geyser.
Episode 1, The Dragon Slayer.
Charge! Roll!
Woo!
We're gonna take hot metal and we're gonna bend it to our will.
9-volt battery, meet steel wool. These tiny wires can't handle all the electricity from the 9-volt battery, so they catch on fire.
This is hydrogen. Lots of reactions depend on temperature. Does fire?
Since there's now less air pushing outward against the can, we flip it over and dunk it. Atmospheric pressure crushes it.
We can see the effects of temperature on molecular speed. Molecules in hot water move much faster than molecules in cold water.
The excess negative charge on the balloon attracts the positive side of the water molecules so much that it actually moves the stream closer.
Dry ice. Bubble expands because the dry ice is turning back into a gas, a process called sublimation.
Carbon dioxide sublimates. That means it goes straight from a solid to a gas. This state change comes with rapid expansion. We can harness that expansion to make depth charges.
Carbon dioxide is very dense but not flammable. This allows us to pour it like a liquid, and it displaces oxygen to put out the fire.
Make a battery out of a can of Coke. The aluminum in the can donates electrons to the copper in the penny. That's an oxidation reduction reaction.
Thomas Edison had a really bright idea. Everything gives off light based on how hot it is. The light bulb was about 4,500 degrees.
Since angular momentum is conserved, if I pull my arms in, I will speed up. Put them out, slow down. Science is fun!
Printed all kinds of cool stuff here at AstroCamp. All the things you see here were created by the minds of our summer campers in 3D printing.
There are many interesting objects in space. Stars form when huge molecular clouds collapse together, like these marbles do.
Slinky science!
Mwahahaha. Induce a current to create an electromagnet. Cooling it with liquid nitrogen, we can get more electricity to flow.
This is a Bernoulli bag. How many breaths does it take to fill? 1.
What?
Are you ready for zombie night at Catalina Sea Camp? Brains!
Dissolve borax into the very hot water. Then just add to your preparations. Add food coloring to let them soak for a couple hours. Happy holidays. Don't try this at home. There's a speed of light and a speed of sound. Is there a speed of fire? And how would we find out?
This is a candle seesaw. As the bottom candle burns, wax drips off. That makes this end of the seesaw lighter and pushes it upwards. Check this out. Orange peels contain a bug-repelling oil called lemon, which, as you can see, is quite flammable.
Ping pong balls, liquid nitrogen, science. The nitrogen evaporates. It shoots out the tiny hole, causing the ping pong ball to spin.
Electricity needs an unbroken conducting loop or circuit to flow through. When you flip a light switch, you close a loop and electrons start to move.
The liquid nitrogen is very cold, so it causes the helium balloon to shrink. The smaller volume has a larger density until it heats up and expands.
Step 1. Step 2. Step 3. Ignite the rocket. Blast off!
The light in glow sticks is produced by chemiluminescence, which speeds up as it gets hotter, producing more light. That's some glow stick science. Whee! This is a water bottle with holes in it. Check this out. Because there's no relative acceleration, none of the water is going to fall out of the hole.
Aww.
Mythbuster!
Burr!
To make something bigger,
Better!
more explosive,
And more awesome!
overkill is underrated.
The ISS, or International Space Station, was built over 10 years and 136 missions. It travels around the Earth going about 17,000 miles per hour.
This bike tire is about 20 inches across. To complete one full rotation, it must cover this distance 5 times. Light bends when it enters the water. This results in some crazy illusions. We use light to see. Sometimes we see things very differently.
You've probably heard that tryptophan in turkey makes you sleepy.
Things like cheese, soybeans, eggs, and even chicken have more. Happy Thanksgiving! Each of these is a different gas. Using the diffraction grating reveals that each one releases a unique pattern of light, which can be used to identify the element.
Water, borax, iron, and glue. The iron mixes react to magnets. This is so cool!
El Niño is a pattern of extreme weather all over the globe, caused by warmer than normal surface temperatures in the eastern tropical Pacific.
Leonardo da Vinci invented a whole lot of things, like this tent-shaped parachute.
We're working hard to put the finishing touches on the new class, Whirling Windmill. It's gonna blow you away.
Science! It's better when you make a mess.
Check it out. So this is a pretty cool thing that you can do at home with just some pencils and a bag full of water.
Awesome!
The name of my rocket is AB2000.
Bulldog! Waffle muffin? The battery pushes an electric current through the wire. The magnetic field exerts a force pushing the wire, causing it to move.
Nylon is a chain of smaller molecules that bind together to form a polymer. The resulting plastic can be used for many things, including 3D printing.
This is a tumble-wing glider. You can use a flat surface to push the tumble-wing glider along a swell of air, just like a surfer riding in the ocean.
Eggshells are made of calcium carbonate, which dissolves in acid. After soaking in vinegar for several days, the shell is gone.
At the core of the plasma ball is a high-frequency oscillating current. Humans are really good conductors, which is why the plasma arcs to us. Are you feeling a little bit blue this Valentine's Day? We think you just need a little chemistry.
This table can help us understand how a star can form from a nebula. Science is so cool.
Lemon juice causes paper to oxidize more quickly than usual. Laundry detergent fluoresces when exposed to ultraviolet radiation.
Eggshells, shockingly tough. Believe it or not, this stack of books weighs about 30 pounds.
When the Hubble telescope first launched, its pictures were blurry. After applying corrective optics, the pictures went from this to this.
This is a homemade cloud chamber. You can use it to see what's normally invisible. Cosmic rays from outer space!
Waves transfer energy, not matter. This big wiggly thing is a mechanical wave.
I'm just going to take this Oreo packaging and microwave it for 5 seconds.
Try this at home. Bubbles form according to one simple rule: minimizing surface area. What shapes can you come up with?
Running your finger along the edge of a glass causes the glass to vibrate, which produces a sound wave.
Important. Only conduct this experiment on concrete or another non-flammable surface. Sunlight is powerful.
It's the motion of the Earth that causes the stars to move across the sky. Except for this one, the North Star.
True facts. I have been to 7 different countries.
I built a whale.
I'm not machine washable.
This is our natural hair color.
Breathing into the mug speeds up the air around the can, causing a drop in the pressure. Air trapped under the can expands into the low pressure zone, pushing
C-A-M-W-E-R-K!
That's a goal! Plants use capillary action to carry water from the root systems all the way up to the leaves and stems.
We can observe iron in fortified cereals by crushing them down to a fine powder and bringing a strong magnet nearby.
Sunlight reaches Earth and scatters in the atmosphere. Small molecules disperse high-energy light more widely than low-energy light, scattering blue throughout the sky.
This is an Unin coil. It generates 50,000 volts.
Right now, the surface of the Earth is moving about 1,000 miles per hour near the equator. Whoa!
Don't try this at home. We're professionals. Very, very professional.
Fireworks are all about chemistry. Different compounds emit light of different colors when their atoms are excited.
We can observe iron in fortified cereals by crushing them down to a fine powder and bringing a strong magnet nearby.
When the candle goes out, some wax vapor goes up in the smoke. Light the flammable vapor, and the flame travels back down to the wick.
This laser beam is trapped inside a stream of water because of internal reflection.
This is an electromagnet, and this black liquid is ferrofluid, an oily iron-filled liquid that is attractive to magnets. I'm going to be breathing out this whole time. Watch this. The moving air has a lower pressure. It's really weird. Try this yourself.
If you've ever thrown a curveball or bent a soccer ball around a defender, you've used the Magnus effect.
This is the Unin coil, and it generates about 50,000 volts. Look at how the color changes when it goes from the nitrogen atmosphere into the carbon dioxide beaker.
Tonic water fluoresces under ultraviolet radiation. We can use it to detect invisible UV rays from the sun.
So these are the telescopes up at CTIO, Saratoga.
Fire tornado! By rotating the air around the fire, we create a zone of low pressure. That's Bernoulli's principle.
Everyone sit in a circle. Circle. Alright, try some here. So, this game is
Hydrothermal explosion. That was awesome, and it's also exactly how geysers work.
Light travels at different speeds through different materials. We can use this property to bend the light as it travels. Surface tension is the force of cohesion between molecules in a liquid that causes them to stick together.
This is just a coil of wire with a magnet inside. And this device allows us to measure the flow of electricity. Check this out. You can pour water down the string because it sticks to the string through adhesion and sticks to itself through cohesion.
This is a refracting telescope. It uses a combination of lenses to make distant objects appear bigger, brighter, and...
Collisions! Check this out! When one object impacts another object, we can see a conservation of energy. Why not, instead of just having boring yellow jack-o'-lanterns, make them different colors? These flames are different colors because of the salts that are at the bottom.
Money to help send kids to camp. So again, log on, choose a mile, torture me, and let's send kids to camp.
Fire conducts electricity. The heat of combustion partially ionizes the gas, allowing electricity to flow.
Have you guys ever seen dry ice melt? With this pressure syringe, we can actually make that happen.
Check this out! We can see the Leidenfrost effect with super hot pans and water, or even with liquid nitrogen.